here, yeah. Yeah, we're getting set up on the YouTube side. How's everyone doing? It's been a minute. I feel,
yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Getting set up on the YouTube side.
Oh, can we mute that one?
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see here. All messages are visible. Oh. Hello, good morning. Can someone say hello so I can see the chat's working? Can you hear me okay? Welcome, welcome. Oh, hello, Mary says hello. Good. Hello, Mary. Thanks for being here. Can you hear and see okay? Good morning. Good morning, Lila. I feel like it's been forever. Great. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, Ms. Green. Cool. Okay. Here we are. We're going to do another Lori Holt house. We're doing the fireworks house today, which is a cutie patootie house. Okay. I have my cut instructions, which tells me here which colors I'm using on which step. So I'm keeping this handy. Everything is pre-cut for me. I have it all in here. It's not much for this one. This one might go a little fast. We are going to quilt. We're going to quilt first. See my little alphabetties I made. They're cute. I even made the double letters. Fun. Okay. God, I feel like it's been forever. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Here's our directions. Okay. And the fireworks house is starting on page, what is that? 43. 43. So that's where we'll be starting with our steps. Okay, but first we're going to quilt. And I took the liberty. Are we ready? How are we doing? Yeah, we're going to get started. Hi from Ohio. I've been to Ohio many, many times for my work. I really like that state. I went to Columbus, Ohio when I went. I really like, they got a great mall. I really like that town. Can we see? Okay, I can't. Let's see, I want to see. Oh, shoot. There we go. Okay. So, I don't know why that is. Let me try and fix this. Hold on. I want to see what I'm doing and the chat. Okay. I think we're okay. There we go. I think I'm up to speed now. Yeah? Okay. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't freeze anything. Like I said, I'm feeling a little. No. Am I frozen? What background fabric is required? I am just using, so in step 1 and 2, they have you piece together these two pieces, which is Q and C for this house. Okay, and it's the same for every house. The grass part might be different, but this is the same for every house. We always use a piece of fabric C, which is this really cute background. And this varies per house, but it's always some form of green for the grass. But they have us put that in. They have us put that together in step 1, and I just put it together on the machine. I hope that makes sense. So instead of doing these first 2 steps, I'll show you when we get there. When we're actually going to get ready to do the house, I'll show you how to figure out where to put that when it's all put together already. So in order to, I'm going to use clear blue tiles. I bought a background from Kimberbell called Home. It's little houses and clouds. Yeah, it's just little houses and clouds tossed all around. I'm using the 6x14. So what I did, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I just did a quarter inch seam. I do have shape flex on the back of this. Okay. So the fabric we're using is from what's in the book. And I just did a quarter inch seam, put them together, because that's what the machine would have done. And so now this is ready to be quilted. So I'm gonna put my little tiles here, and I'm just gonna, it's not gonna reach all the way, but that's fine because we're gonna cut this to 11 by 11. You'll see when we go to cut, I do have the cutting. I'll show you that we're gonna cut it, you know, like right about here. It's like 2 1/4, well, actually it's this line here. So we put that line, I taped that line because it's so hard to see. But this is where approximately where we're gonna be. So cutting it. So this tile is big enough. We're gonna have edge to edge quilting, even though it doesn't reach. We're gonna have to go over a little bit because I think this is only 11, and this will be 6 and 6. So we're gonna go over a little bit, but we'll just tape it down. So really, as long as you're covering a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you should be fine. It's not a perfect science. I'm going to hang it off the side a little bit. Okay, I'm going to hang it off the side a little bit. And I'm just going to mark it. So let's find my water soluble. It's in here somewhere. I have a gazillion little pins for marking. But I like the water soluble if it could possibly show, because the heat and gone one will come back if the quilt gets cold. So like I heard somebody say they left their quilt in the car and all of her little markings came back. And yeah, they will come back. So I don't mark a whole lot. I'm hoping you can see this okay. I only have 2 cameras. Let me see. So, you know, you have your tile. I'm going to hang it off the side. I think I'm just going to, where this little line is here, I think I'm just going to hang it off that much. Okay, that way it's straight. And I know it's straight. So, and I'm just going to, like I said, you just need to get a little bit of the green, and you don't have to go all the way to the bottom or all the way to the top. You just kind of get in the middle. You're going to be fine. And I'm going to mark the middle. That's where I'm going to put my needle. I don't do all the way, I don't need to, but I am going to do it over here because I got to mark it. I don't need to do the top, I'll do the bottom. Okay, I think that's good. We know what size. Usually if you're using a bunch of different sizes, you're going to want to put, like, you know, the 6x14 in this little box, but we're just using the same size, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, so now I'm going to move it over here. And I'm going to line up those little marks I did on the side. And oh, we're right at the edge. I'll still have to tape it though. So this will help me keep straight. I'm going to mark here, a little line, little line, little line, just so I get it kind of straight. Again, I don't have to put there. And I'm done. That's done. That's as easy as that gets, right? Well, we'll see how it goes. Hello, Anne Marie. How are you? Thanks for being here. Okay, so I am using, all I'm going to do, I'm not going to, let's put that aside for a second and do our hooping. So with our hooping, I'm not going to do any stabilizer. I'm only going to hoop some, because stabilizer is going to be when we do the house. So there'll be stabilizer on it already. I don't want to double stabilize it. Too much, be too thick, right? So I'm just going to use batting. Okay, and I'm using the 9.5 by 14 dime magnetic frame, which I like for when I'm quilting. These are the ones I use. I have these in like 3 different sizes. The biggest, this one, and then the one after, just for my my quilting, my edge to edge that I do on my machine. I don't have a long arm, and I don't want to pay somebody for a long arm. I don't do really big quilts and all that. I just do little stuff. So anyway, so I'm going to take this part off, and this comes with it, and leave this on here about halfway. Okay, let's see what I'm doing. I wish I could make that camera a little taller, a little farther away, but I cannot. But anyway, I'll try and describe what I'm doing really well. So this is, I'm just sliding this over, and I'm covering half of the frame with it. But first I'm gonna put this down. Sorry. First I'm gonna put my, I guess there's a right side to this. One is softer than the other. One's a little more bumpier. So let's do that. Okay. So I'm gonna lay my batting down because that's all I'm using for stabilizer. Now I'm gonna take this little corrugated piece of plastic that comes with your frame, and I'm going to cover it halfway. So half of it's showing, half of it's not. I'm going to line it up so I know I'm pretty straight here. Okay, and then I'm going to take my snappy part, and I'm going to push it up against this thing right here, this thing that goes on the machine. I'm going to push it up there, and I'm going to kind of make sure that it's pretty close to being lined up, and I'm going to drop it. Okay. And I'm going to make sure we're pretty close to being lined up everywhere before I take this corrugated board out. I just want to make sure that I'm pretty close, because when I pull this out, it's going to kind of smooth things out for me a little bit. Oops, and I'm going to touch the camera. Here we go. So I'm just going to pull this out, and it's going to kind of smooth everything for me. Keep up in the camera. Boom. There we go. Okay, and I'm pretty straight. I did that pretty good. So that's how I hoop these dime. It really helps to use this, so don't throw that away. I don't know that anybody would, but don't do it if you're thinking about it. Okay, so we're going to line our little needle up with our little mark here, and we're going to go over to the machine. I think we're ready. Okay, so let me get over here and I'll switch the camera over. Okay, let me switch the camera. Oh, what is this? Close? Do I close that? Do I do files? Here we go. Look at me. I know what I'm doing. Okay, so now you should see the machine. Let's hope. I have a little bit of a delay, but oh, look at that. I was pretty close there. Okay, so we're just going to line that up, and what we're going to do, I already have my thing loaded. I don't have a camera for the screen. Oh, there we go. We want to do that. And I'm going to want to tape, right? Because we know we're going to go off this edge. So that's the middle. So I'm going to get some tape. I got some down. Oh, here it is. And I'm going to grab some scissors. Okay. And I'm just going to tape this edge down because I don't want any problems with it coming up on me. Okay, let me get in there. Just right on the edge. We're going to cut that off in the end anyway, so it should be good. Okay, so we just got that as close as we could. We taped it down. Now I'm going to use my little laser light. And I'm going to go to, I guess, layout. I'm on the Avenir today, so some of these little buttons are new to me. Okay, I found it though. So I'm going to go up a little bit, and I'm going to get that. I don't know if you could see that little square there, or little plus sign, but I'm putting it right in the middle of the little plus sign. There we are. And we're pretty good this way. Well, you know, you can tilt it, right? I might want to tilt it a little bit. I wonder if that's what that means. It is. Okay, the little symbols are different, but I'm just going to go 1 degree. I'm going to go 1 degree this way because I'm a little off on top here, so I'm going to go 1 degree that way. And I have little symbols that show me. I may have to move my little... That's pretty close right there. Okay. Oh, and it does allow me to do that, so I might want to go this way a little bit. Perfect. Okay, that's good enough for me. Good enough for government work, right? Hello, NorCal Quilter. How are you? Good to see you. It's been so long. I feel like it's been forever. Okay, didn't need the scissors. So now we're just gonna start. But I have a bobbin. I have just a pre-wound bobbin, and I think I'm just gonna use a nice cream color. I like this one. So what color am I using? I am using Exquisite 812, and it's just a, you know, just a nice little linen kind of color. Doesn't show up too much, but it'll show a little bit. Okay. Oh, this is different. It's amazing, these machines. Oh, well, the thing wasn't open. It's amazing, these machines. One little tiny change and it just kind of throws you off on how you do things. I'll get used to it. Okay, so we're gonna go up in here. Oh, and the cutter's way back here, I remember. There we go. Okay. Thread the needle. Okay, and we're gonna get going. Let's see how we do. Now I wanna make sure that's down. I still wanna watch it though, because sometimes the tape can lift up. I know I got my hand in there, I'm sorry. I know that can be triggering for some. I'm trying to be very careful. Ah, see, got underneath there. There we go. Put it right under that tape. So you gotta really watch it. Now, like I said, I have SF101 on the back of this, and just batting as my stabilizer. Actually, I'll get a little something, so I don't have to put my fingers in here. This is a little clapper thing. So I'll just try to hold that down as it gets over there. This is one of those bend bands from the clear blue tiles. You can see the tape lifting as the material moves. It is background quilting, and background quilting for the Lori Holt hometown. It took me a while to figure out what to do and how to do it. But once I figured it out, I was like, duh, it's so easy with the clear blue tiles. And I found a cute background. It's little houses and clouds. It's at Kimberbell. It's called Home 1. I guess there might be other ones, so it's Home 1. And it's just little houses and clouds, and I thought that was cute. So, I have a new needle in. It's a 9014 top stitch. Ah, see, it wants to just go right underneath that, isn't it? There it goes again. I am going to put that down. I'm just going to cut. I'm going to be cutting all this off anyway, so even if I make a little, just can't seem to get that to stay down. Maybe I should have put the tape on there a little more. Okay. So all this part's going to be cut off, so I'm not worried if I want it to be on top of the tape, though. Ooh. You have to be careful because the batting moves if you push too hard. So. Oh my gosh, they're so easy to use, Norcal. I just, all I did was lay down the tile. I marked this 4 little thing on this side, and then I moved it, and then I marked the same ones. Lined up my needle with this middle mark right there, and I'm going to do it again on this side. This is going to take 2 hoopings. Yeah, if you go back to the beginning, you will see how I just simply marked this up. I'm just floating it on top of some batting, no stabilizer, because I'm going to have stabilizer when I'm doing the house, so I didn't want to double up on that. I'll cut most of this away before I hoop it again.
Is this here yet?
But yeah, clear blue tiles, I mean, for doing little things, I mean, you could even do a big quilt with it. I'm not that ambitious, but I know people do. Yes, I love it too, Anna Marie. I've missed you guys. I feel like it's been forever and a day. And I've been busy sewing. What have you guys been doing? Is anybody sewing right now? What are you making? What are you working on? I'm gonna watch this. Okay, we're okay. And like I said, we don't need to go all the way to the bottom, and we don't need to go all the way to the top. We didn't even really need to go side to side, but there wasn't a 5.5 inch tile, so there was only 6. It goes 6 to 4, so 4 would have been too small, so I had to go 12. But like I said, we're gonna cut this down to 11 by 11, so we're gonna have plenty of room, and it's gonna look edge to edge. Mostly procrastinating. Huh, been there. I know, I was just saying, I would be a terrible work-at-home person. I wouldn't get anything done. Working at home takes serious discipline. I would just want to take a nap thinking about it. gonna start this one, Anna Marie? It's a cutie. It's a cutie, and they keep coming out with different ones. They have a fall one now. I think Power Tools with Thread is doing that one. Oh my gosh, it's coming out so cute. Okay, we are done with this half. We got to do it again. Okay. Oops, let's cancel that. So we're just going to leave that up and do it again. So let's take this off and move over here. Here we go. Oh no, this one. I need this one. Here we go. Okay, remember Q and C. These are the two that I just sewed together. It's the first two steps in the book, but I just sewed them together instead of doing it on the first part of the house. So that's like step 1 and 2. So now let's take this out and cut away this extra batting. Oh, that's some strong magnets, aren't they? Okay, so I'm going to put this aside for a second. And I'm just going to take some scissors and I'm just going to, I don't think I can get all this tape off just yet. So, because some of it's sewed on there, but I'm just going to cut like right up to it because we're sewed right up to it. So I can't cut any more than this. Okay, hang on to that, right? It's good for stuffing stuff. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to get as close to the sewing as I can get, not being real precise. Over here, let's do it this way. I can see what I'm doing. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Just don't cut your material, don't cut your project. Okay, all right, that's our first half. So I have another piece of, somewhere, I have another piece of, there it is, another piece of batting. I have another piece of batting to hoop. Okay, I've already marked, and I can show you again. So I just laid the tile down. Like I said, we didn't need to worry about up and down, but I wanted to get most of it. I moved it over, marked, okay? And then I did the first half. Second half, we're going to set this aside, and we're going to do our hoop. Okay. Let's do our hoop here. We've got our other piece of batting. Oh, hot and cold. Yeah, we got so much rain. Last night we had like a torrential 15-minute pour that we had a big mudslide on the highway that I take to come to Reno last night. I mean, thankfully they cleaned it all up before I had to come, but yeah, that was kind of, how scary for people, right? Especially because it was kind of early. It was like at 7 o'clock at night, so I know people were still like coming home from work and stuff from Reno. And yeah, they had the road closed forever. Okay, so remember, this comes with it. We want to put that halfway on, kind of line it up with the bottom and with the top. Make sure it's kind of straight. Got half of it showing here, you can see. Okay, we're going to take our magnetic part. We're going to butt it up against the little part that goes on the machine here. Okay, I'm going to butt it up against there, and I'm going to kind of make sure I'm lined up as close as I can. I'll fix it afterwards, but I do want to get close because if you have to fix it too much, then you get a bunch of bubbles. So let's see, this way and this way, and then I'm going to lay it down. Okay, and I'm going to adjust it as much as I can. Make sure that I'm lined up. I'm just making sure that the top and the bottom are meeting. You don't want it cattywampus, right? We wish we could have part of that. Oh, really? You didn't get any down there? Oh, it was pretty, but boy, it made a mess. It made a mess, and it was just like maybe 15 minutes long. It wasn't that, but it came down. It was serious. Okay, my dogs were just beside themselves. So now I'm going to slowly pull this out, and it's going to straighten out my batting for me and make everything nice. There we go, and I didn't smash any of my fingers, and I'm hooped. And that feels really good. That feels very straight. Okay. There we go. $3.95. $3.95. It closed $3.95. And $3.95 is a highway, so it's just a 2-lane. And so you couldn't get through north or south. So yeah, it was completely covered. If you go to CHP Highway Patrol Facebook page, you'll see pictures of it. It was a mess. They got it all cleaned up, but it took a few hours. Okay, so now we're going to do this half, right? So I'm just going to lay this on here we'll line it up when we get over there. Okay, let's go back to the machine. Why does this keep changing? There we go. Maybe I hit a button. Okay, we're going back. There we go. Well, let's just see what I'm doing here. There we go. Come on. There you go. Okay. So here we go. And, we'll line it up with our little laser light. And if you don't have that, you can just, move it around move the needle thing on the side and get it all lined up. Just takes a little bit more time, that's all, but we got a little laser light here. Okay, so I'm going to move this. Okay, and again, I'm going to want to put some tape down. And I'm also, these little lines that I put up, down, side, side, I'm kind of lining that plus up with that. Doesn't need to be exact. Most of this is going to be covered by the house, so if we get it a little off, it's not going to matter. If they're looking that close, shame on them, right? It was below Susanville, so it was by Red Rock Road. I don't know if you know the area very, very well, but it's Red Rock Road between Susanville and Reno. Yeah. There are those hills there that are just, and we've had so many fires that, the brush and everything, they're just not holding the soil the way they were God intended, Okay, so I think that's pretty good. I'm going to put some tape down. Whoopsies. There we go. Turn it off. You travel through there a lot? Yeah. Where do you go? There's not much there. I guess to get to places, you would go there. Okay. Okay. So without moving too much. Okay. So that looks pretty good. See, so it doesn't take too much. You could put some down here if you wanted, up on top too. Really hold it down because, you know, it can move. This is not like stabilizer. It's just batting, so it moves within the. But I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to go. And I'm going to keep an eye on this and make sure that the foot doesn't get underneath there. Back and forth to Reno. Yeah, that's what I do. I live in a little town, Doyle. You drive by Doyle going to Susanville, so we're halfway between Reno and Susanville. We just live out in the middle of nowhere out there. Although we just got, well, a couple of years ago, we got a Dollar General, which is pretty uptown for Doyle. Yeah, ooh, see? See what I mean? Ah, okay. The tape moves because the batting moves. So it's something you really need to keep an eye on. I'm just going to cut that off because it's not going to lay flat anymore. Okay. Put another little piece on there. Move it over a little bit more on there. Really push it down because it can move like everything around once it starts doing that. So, oh, I'm not threaded now. Okay, let's get threaded, and all that's going to be cut off, so I'm not worried. Where's the cutter on this machine? It's hiding. Where is it? Oh, there. I don't know where it is, but I hit it. Okay. Okay. Do you see the story of your travels? Yeah. Yeah, we were real happy to get that. Otherwise, if you needed a gallon of milk, it was a 2-hour trip. Just for a gallon of milk or a dozen eggs or... And, you know, we lived like that for 20 years. I'm going to put my fingers in here. I'm sorry. I'm going to be careful. I promise. This really isn't helping. Here we go. Okay. It's off the edge for a minute. Oh, no. So to get these marks off, you really kind of have to saturate it. I mean, you can't just like, you know, take a little Q-tip and you know, get it damp. You got to really get it wet, and then they go away forever. I know some people say they have a hard time, like they don't disappear, but I think I have found that if you get it really, really wet, it will, it was a blessing. Yes, it was a blessing. It's hard when you live in a place with no services, but you learn to shop appropriately. Especially if you have kids or something. And it created some jobs, which is a good thing in that area, because really all there is the close by is there is an army base there that employs a lot of people. Ah, see? I almost want to lift up the foot a little bit, you know? Just so this doesn't happen, because now that's not going to lay flat. I'm going to let it go over slowly. Kind of tack that down. Let's see, it's like moved the whole thing. I'm going to keep my finger on the button. When it gets down here, we're going to have trouble. I'm going to put some more tape just to hold that down. And I know it's going to get sewn over, but again, this is going to be cut off. I'm gonna, you know what, I am gonna lift the foot up just a tiny bit, just to make my life a little easier. Just the next degree, which is 0.80, and maybe that'll help. I don't think that will affect the sewing so much. It may not even be enough. Probably going, oh, it's not even tight. Here we go. I'm going to catch somewhere around here if it goes over there. Okay. Oh yeah, you know what foot that is? I know what foot, I watched that too. I think it was Gloria Horn, right? Well, that's what I saw, and they were using the free motion cup. Huh? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. And that comes with every machine, I think.
How's the background quilting going?
Good, good. It just keeps catching the tape. I got to keep an eye on it. But they were just saying that they saw somebody using the cupped one.
Oh, round one?
Yeah, that one for free motion, or the one for echoing. That's what it's for. The echo foot. It's the echo foot. It's kind of up.
Yeah, I totally know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. I never even thought about embroidering with it.
Well, just the background to keep it from when it goes off the edge,
Yeah.
you know, see, like this.
Yeah, it's totally worth trying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 'cause here we go again. So yeah, moving the foot up that much did not help. Let me, I'm just gonna hold the button down a little bit. I don't normally have this much trouble. It's the echoing foot, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna hope and pray. Oh, that was bad. I shouldn't have done that, right? I almost went to the hospital. Okay. I'm going to put some tape on there to hold that down instead of my finger. That was being a dum-dum. Don't do that. Okay. Okay. Let's hope that works. Maybe if you just tape the you-know-what out of it, it'll be okay. Yeah. Keep putting my fingers in there. Stop, Karen, stop. Yeah, I think that's where you saw that. It's a really good idea. That would be perfect for this. And I'm pretty sure my machine came with it. Pretty sure I have one. Luckily, all of this is going to be cut off, so I'm not too worried if it gets a little messy. Oh, well, there you go. There you have it. That was the end of it. Okay, we did it. We got through it. All right, let's go back over here. Camera. And we're done with background quilting. Let's take this off. I know, right? Oh my God, that was close. That was close. That should have been very bad, but it wasn't. I was very, very lucky. Yeah. I will be more and more careful now. That's, I haven't done that yet. I know it happens to a lot of people that I have not sewn my finger yet. Knock on some wood somewhere, right? Okay, let's cut off this batting. And here I'm just going to cut close to the, edge here. Okay. And it's going to look ugly for a while. But it won't in the end. Promise. You guys can see where this is headed. Let me see, I'm not even in the frame here. Okay, I'm just going to cut close to this one. You are going to have just maybe a little overlapping, but it's not going to be bulky because the house and all that quilting is going to hold everything down. Just don't cut your material. Okay. And our background quilting is done. So we can take some of this off maybe. Okay. Now it probably did shrink a little bit because quilting does that. I wonder what it is now. Let's see. 20. No, we're good. It's 12. It's 12 inches. That's what they wanted you to cut it at. Okay, and if you could take some of the tape off, you can, but like I said, it doesn't matter. Not even matter. Okay, so let's get okay, I knew I was going to forget something. We're going to do our 8 by 12, but I'm going to need some stabilizer. I did not cut the stabilizer ahead of time. I'll be right back. I know they have some pre-cut here. So I'm going to grab some. Hold on. Okay, I got some. The perks of sewing at a quilt store. They have everything you need. I'm just using no-show mesh. I know that the directions say tearaway, and you can use that. But I think, especially with the quilting, I think that this is enough. Okay, get that kind of nice and not too tight, but not too loose. No real wrinkles. There we go. I think that's good. Tighten her up. All right, now I'm going to load my house. Now this is where we're going to do something a little different because we've already sewn this together and quilted it. So the first two steps we want to do, I'm going to go ahead and run them, and maybe I'll do it in black so you guys can see. I'll do it in a dark color anyway. Let's see. I've got some. I'm going to reach across here. Sorry. Okay. I'm going to do it in a dark blue so you guys can see a little better. Okay, so I'm going to go over to the machine and I'm going to load my no-show mesh. Now, normally I would just use this linen color is just fine. I'm in an 8x12, by the way. I'm doing the 8x12. There's a 6x10 for this. Is my foot down? No. For this quilt. One's like a wall hanging, the other one's, you know, like a small throw size. Yeah, 8x12. Okay, so I'm going to use some dark color here so we can all see what we're doing. Okay. Find this cutter again. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run step one. So this is just like if you didn't have any background quilting and you were doing this house. So it's going to do a straight line. Now normally you would lay down your C fabric on that line and you would put your grass right sides together on top, and then it's going to sew it together. But we've already sewn it together. So let's do the second line. Oh, it wants to talk to me. Okay. Let's do the second line because this is the line we care about. Okay. This is the line we want to line up with, is the second line. Okay. Let's see if you guys can see that okay. This top line here is what we want to line up our seam with, okay? We want to get that as straight as we can because it's going to do a box around this now. And it's kind of hard to see because we have all, you know, we can't really see where the seam is, so we need to line this line up here with it. And of course, let's extend that line, shall we? Let's do that. We can do that with a little ruler and a pin. Make it easy. I got tons of pins here. Let's just go ahead and extend that line. Okay, put my pin down. I'm just gonna make it longer so I can see it. You know? I want to see it. Okay. All right. Because it is kind of important. Oh my goodness, there we go. It is kind of important that we line it up as close as we can on each side because it is going to do a box around there. So am I making sense? Where do we put the seam? In between the lines? No, on the top line. So it's sewed 2 lines. You could have skipped this bottom line. You could have skipped the first line. Could have skipped that stitch and then you wouldn't be, wouldn't be confused. And then just skip the second the second step. You would stitch the second one. That's the one you want to line up on exactly. As close as you can. Because what's going to happen is your house and everything is going to sit here and everything is going to line up with your grass. So you want to get it as close as you can, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And you could tape if you want. Maybe you should. So we'll go ahead and tape. Let's just make sure. And, I'm just eyeballing it. You could take it out of the machine and really be vigilant about where it is. But I think I'm going to be okay. So I'm going to put some tape down and then I'm going to put my hand underneath here and push it down. Okay. Because I can see, I extended the line with a pen and I can see that I'm pretty darn close. Pretty darn close there. Okay. And now it's just going to do a basting stitch around where your house is going to go. And I'm going to leave the dark color in so we can all see what's going on. Okay. And it's a pretty long stitch. It just kind of holds everything down. And that's the box that we're going to be doing all of our, and we're pretty good. And that way everything should sit nice and where it's supposed to on this line here. It does that every time. I wonder if we could turn that off. Okay. All right. So now we're step 1. Let's see what we're doing. I need my little spreadsheet. Let's see. I don't need a color until step 12. So I'm going to change this to white. Just because I need my little scissors. I'll change this to white. Because now we're just working on the house. Oh, was it hard to see? Let's see if I can move this camera. I can show you where I lined it up. Oh, sorry. That was bad. Okay. So, you could see the 2 lines here that I stitched. Let's see. I've got a little delay. So let's see. I'm going to take this tape off. I dropped the camera. Whoops. Dropped the camera. I'm just now seeing it. Okay, so this was line 1. The bottom line here was line 1. Can we see? Oh. I'm trying to see where the camera is. Hold on. I don't know. Oh, I can look on my little matrix thing, but it's over there. I can't see where I'm pointing to. But this bottom line, there we go. Okay, you guys can see. This bottom line was step 1. This top line was step 2. And you can see where I extended it so that I could see where I was putting down, because it's a little shorter than my, and that is the line that we want to line up with. We want to line the seam up with. So I extended it. You know, I have tape all over mine, but I can kind of see where it is. And I made sure that that line was lined up with this. Okay? Does that help? Okay, so I'm going to put my hand over this before because I have to put a weight on here or it will fall. And now let's see what we're doing here. Okay, I can bring my little matrix over. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, does that help? Does that help, Anna Marie? I'm going to be doing this with every house. So, and you can always go back and watch the video again. But we'll be doing this over and over and over. And we'll be pros, and then we won't probably ever do it again. Okay. All right, so I'm changing this to white. Let's do that. Or linen. I guess I'm using this linen. Just because it's kind of a neutral color. And it's just going to show me. Wow. I couldn't do that if I tried. Here we go. Oh, okay. Okay, Karen. You know how to do that. I've got my thread just a mess in here. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Find that cutter. Got it. All right. So this first step, let's refer to our book, right? We have a book here. We don't have to wonder what's going on, right? Okay. So we are on step 4, and step 4 is a placement stitch for our house. And we are going to need, let's see if I can do this. We are going to need X. You guys see that? No. I don't want to make you guys sick. So this is the step we're going to do, and we need, on the next step, we're going to need fabric X, which is for the color of the house. Okay? So let's find our fabric X. Right here. So we're going to do the placement stitch for that right now. And I'm not worried about these marks until the end. If any of them are showing, and some of them might not be, so there's no sense in getting rid of them until the end. So I can see my square. It's probably, I can barely see it, but I can see it. So I just kind of make sure that my patterns are straight. They're not like this or anything. So there we go. And I just make sure it stops there. So we're going to have some cutting to do. And we're going to tack that down. Okay. All right. Then we're going to trim. And I like using these little, I don't know, what do you call them, push scissors? I like that. I like that you just push them. Squeeze them. Squeeze scissors. You squeeze them. Okay, so we are going to trim around this. Maybe I can do it without taking the hoop out. Oh. Let's go this way. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So the next step, what are we doing? We're doing another placement line, and we're going to need fabric KK. So we have 2 KKs, but we only need 1 right now. And everything, all of my pieces have SF101 on them. It doesn't say to do that on everything, but I do. That's just me. Well, hi, Linda. Yeah, you're not late. You're right on time. Okay, so we just need 1 of these. Thank you so much for joining. We're going to do our placement stitch. I didn't do that, right? And it's white, so it's going to be kind of hard to see, but we know it's going along the side of the house. These are the little, I don't know, what do you call them on the house here? So we're going to line it up. It's just right on the edge. We're good. All right. Let me make sure. Okay. Oh, sorry. So I wonder why. Okay, I always mess this up. So let me look here. So placement line was 6. 7 is the tack down. Let's see how it looks like it's just going to stitch in the exact same place and not really giving it a seam. Let me move it up a little bit. I'm going to move it over that line and see what happens, because, yeah, I don't know why it does that. So if you laid that right on this little message thing is super annoying. I don't know why it does that. Covers my screen. So it's going to, and you can iron this, and maybe you should, because we do have some thicknesses going on. But I'm just going to finger press. Okay, I'm just going to finger press, and I'll get my fingers out of the way, I promise. No, I'm not threaded again. Okay. Where's my thread? Mr. Avenir, you are finicky.
What's up?
It just keeps coming unthreaded. Mr. Finicky here. Okay. Find that cutter. There we go. Getting better at that. Okay, go back to my stitch here. We just did the plus minus thing. Okay. Okay. Now I'm pretty sure we're going to trim that. So yeah, when it gives you that placement line, maybe we'd move it over it a little bit, because if you put it right on that, it's not going to catch it. And that's what I'm used to. I'm used to putting it right on there. And that's not how this is working. So does it say to trim it? Yeah. But it moved it far away from me. You know, that's one thing digitizers could maybe work on, is giving us a little room to trim these, or, you know, have the hoop come towards us when we have to trim. But I barely made it there. Okay. So that's our little side room, whatever it is, on this house. Okay. We still have another KK. So let's put our label back on. And I made these labels in Design Space in here. I think we'll probably do a class on this and make our own little alphabetties. They're super simple. All you need is some felt and thread. Okay, next step, we're on step 9. We're going to do a placement line for the other side. Okay, see, now this, I must have done something wrong there. You guys probably caught it, but this one is a little far forward. So when I lay it on that line, it should work out perfectly. And maybe I just didn't do that over there. I wasn't paying attention or something. So the line is away from the brown fabric. So I'm going to line it up there. Boy, I can't hardly see. You should probably use a thread color that's different from your background quilting. So it's right there. It's right there. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We can do it in Design Space, and you know, there's also, to do just these letters, just to do these, there's a design you can buy in Embroidery Garden. It's Embroidery Garden, and it's not called alphabetties. It's called markers. Fabric markers is what they call it in Embroidery Garden. And it comes with a file to make a little bag it goes in. I did not bring the bag. I should have. But it makes a little zippy bag that you can keep them all in, with a vinyl window so you can see through it and stuff. So yeah. And then I bought that file and I made these. And then I'm like, well, I need double letters. So to do the double letters, I just did it all in Design Space, and I'll show you guys how I did that, because sometimes you need double letters and, you know, maybe more numbers. It does come with numbers too. So you could you could iron this and then, or tape it. Oh, that was a bad sound. I wonder what that clunk was. Pretty sure they want us to trim. They do. I always check with the book, because, you know, the one time I don't and I trim, they'll be in big red letters, "Don't trim the fabric yet." I've done that a few times. Okay. What is next? Oh, we're going to do some satin stitching. So our first color, yeah, we're on 12. What's our first color? Should be on my little paper here. I'm going to do Exquisite 443, and it's kind of a, I have my bag full of colors here that I picked out. I think it's this one. Yep, it's this one. So this is my first color. I'm going to leave in my white bobbin. I'm never going to change the bobbin. I don't think there's any reason ever to change the bobbin on this one. I was just working on all of the jar toppers, and there's a lot of bobbin changing there. But boy, they're worth it. They're so cute. If you didn't watch the live stream this morning, she showed you all the new jar toppers from Kimberbell. They're all the seasons. They're not just one, you know, holiday or season. They're all the seasons. And they're adorable, of course. So if you missed the live stream, check it out. There we go. Okay, we're going to do some satin stitching around our little rooms here, around the bottom here. Okay, yes, we'll do that. We'll schedule that after my sew-alongs. You know, I sit down with Jeannie and we talk about what's going to come up next. So I will bring that up and we'll schedule it. Oh, that sounds terrible. What's going on? I'm going to cut and look underneath because that sounds... I don't know if you guys heard that, but yeah, I can see. Ooh, I think my bobbin is a mess under here. Oh boy, let's see. Ew, yeah, see that? Yeah, you can see that, right? Icky. Okay, it was doing good. Let me redo the bobbin. Make sure that's not the problem. You know, you get these pre-wounds and some of them just don't work. Some I've thrown away bobbins that I've only used for a few stitches just because it just would not work. I'm going to rethread too, just to make sure that I'm not, because this machine is a little bit different. There we go. I heard the little click. So it should be. I'm going to thread, and then we're going to go back probably, I don't know, not much. Not much. I'm going to go back maybe 20 stitches. Well, actually, I can see a little space there, so I'm going to go back that far. So maybe I'll do 100. Oh, I see. Let's just go back 10. Okay, I'm thinking that's good. Let's see what happens. That sounds better. These little houses are so cute. I say that every time. I have not stitched this one out. Usually I stitch one before, but I have not stitched this one out yet, so I'm seeing it for the first time like you guys. And it's just so cute already. What is next? Let's see. Let's see what's next. We're on step 12. We're turning the page. This is a pretty quick house, I think, compared to a couple of them. We're going to do a placement line for our little chimneys. And our chimneys are going to need fabric eye. Let's find fabric eye. Let's look at it. Let's see. So fabric eye are these two little guys. Got two of them. The cutting instructions tell you to cut two. The cutting instructions in the book want you to do one long strip for both of them, but you don't need to do that. Save a little. Here we go. I'm going to leave the same color in so we can see better. See how teensy they are? Here we go. Okay. So yeah, the book wants you to cut, actually I think the book wants you to have a 5 by 5 square for this, but obviously you don't need that. So it's going to do both at the same time, so you got to lay them both down. You know, I should put my foot back to normal, huh? I'm kind of seeing that it's up a little bit, so I'll do that on this next. Move my foot back down to the default here. Yeah, let me put it back on default. I never remember to do that. Okay, so I'm sure it wants us to cut, but let's walk. Yep, we're going to trim around it. You know, with our quilting, it's a little puffier, and you got to be a little more careful. And I do like these scissors because they do go up a little bit, and they help me not to cut into my background, which would be easy to do because you have little puffy parts. So if you're just going along really fast, it would be easy if your scissors didn't have this little upswing or whatever you call it. Because, you know, you're trying to get close at the same time, and there we go. What's next? Let's look. 15. We're on step 15. We're going to do satin stitch around our little chimneys, and I've got a different color for that. What color did I choose for step 15? I chose an isocord. So when I'm doing these houses, I've got all kinds of different threads. I have Floriani, I have isocord, I have exquisite, I have a lot. I want a lot of different ones. So I just try and match the colors that they want, because they have a color chart in here. And I can see that here, if I could have this matrix here so I could see what I'm showing you. I'm just going to put that here for a second. So, there we go. No, right here. So it shows here that it wants like a light tan color. Right? So I just go into my stash and I look, and I kind of look at the material at the same time. And then you can see over here, like the next step, they want a darker brown. So, you know, I just kind of look and see what I have. And I've also been trying to use the same colors throughout. So whatever whatever tan I pick for whatever number that is. They have them numbered. So for it's number 13 on their color chart. So for number 13, I'm using Isacord 0842. And whatever house calls for color number 13, I will use this color just to kind of keep my quilt kind of uniform. As long as it's not, I mean, you know, if I want a totally different color to go with it, but I try to keep it all the same, just so that it's just kind of, hopefully when it's all together, it kind of flows. You know what I mean? Am I making sense at all? Probably not. But, so I have a bag of colors that I've chosen for this, you know, throughout all the houses. And I've kind of kept them separate from all my other threads in a bag for this project. So that's my thought process on that. Okay, so I have the tan and I need to thread my needle. And it's going to do some satin stitches around our little chimneys. Am I making sense? Or am I rambling? Thank you, Raquel. I appreciate that. Somebody gets me. I don't have many thought processes, but I do have a few. What's next? Let's see. So we're going to do the little chimney tops with the darker brown. The little tops of our chimneys. Okay, our darker brown. For that, let's make sure on my little paper. And that's this 412, exquisite number 412. Okay, it's just a little darker than what we have in there. And it's going to do the tops. I hate it when your thread comes a little unspooled. And you have to do this. Don't you hate that? You have to do this until it comes straight off. Then there's like a whole bunch of it. You gotta either wind back up or cut off. And I'm gonna cut it. That's wasteful. I don't recommend it, but for this application, I'm not going to make you guys wait while I situate my thread.
You're going to waste? Oh my God.
No, I'm not going to waste time. I'm going to move that right now.
No, hopefully I won't have to come back.
Well, I want you to come back. That was Michelle, everybody. Say hi. So yeah, all of this is what came off the spool, and I wasted it. It's terrible. Okay, but we're all threaded with our dark. Oh, and it's also going to do the tops of our little, what are those, lanais? What are those little sides of the house? What do you call them? This must be a pretty stitch. I can tell by the way it's running. This must be a, little intricate one. They've got some cuties on here. Okay. What's next? Step 17 on page 44. Page 44, step 17. They want color 6, which is like a, oh, that's the color we use for the windows. So throughout the quilt, I've used this for the windows, and it's Isacord 0660. So that's on deck. And we're going to need our G, which is these little pieces here. There's 2 of them. So get those ready. Grab my coffee. It's a little house. It'll be a little house. I'm close to the bathroom, so I get a little traffic. Everybody likes to look and see what we're making. Okay, let's switch our color out to this Isacord 0660, which is, again, it's this for the windows. It's like a cream, pretty color. I've been using that throughout the quilt for the windows, on all the windows. That's our fabric G for our windows. Okay. Okay. Find that cutter. There we go. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh no, this is for the sides of the house. It's going to do the sides of the house, and it wants this light color for that. All right, well, let's do that. Not doing the windows just yet. They're next, though. But it wants the same color that we use on the windows, so we'll see how that looks. Like I said, I'm stitching it out for the first time with you guys. Well, it's going to be pretty light. That one looks good. Yeah. I guess they know what they're doing, huh? Yeah, that looks cute. So this house is 31,700 stitches. And 35 steps. Buttons. Do that. All right. Okay. Now it's going to do the placement for the windows. Let's do those. Get our fabric ready now. Okay. So I know that's hard to see, but I can see them. And I'm going to cover them up with, we're going to do both at the same time, so we got to put it down. That should be, yeah, should be good. You can tape or spray, put a little KK 2000 or whatever it is on there. Spray adhesive. We're going to have to trim around these, I'm assuming, but I will check the book. Okay, I'm going to hold the corner just because it gets a little, till it gets started. Okay. Okay, let me make sure we trim. And we do. And then we're going to leave the same color in, and it's going to do the satin stitches around the windows. It is fun to stitch along with someone, isn't it? It makes it so much more fun. Plus you get to ask questions. I can ask you guys. You guys are a wealth of information, and I appreciate that. I'm going to call that good. Probably be a lot easier if I just took it off the machine, but I don't want to. There we go. These scissors make it nice because all you have to do is squeeze. Your fingers aren't locked into anything, you know, and you can move your hand around. So much easier. If you don't have a pair of these, I suggest you give them a try. I'm sure you guys do, right? I mean, I think they're kind of a necessity. Okay, we're going to do the satin stitch, right? It's kind of in a weird place. Okay, what's it doing? Oh, I got it. Okay, I'm like, what is it doing? Oh my God. It's going to make little faux windows there. They're just stitched out little windows. It's gonna make that. I forgot about those. Okay, Norkel, thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you next time. You have a wonderful day. That's weird digitizing, huh? It stops and cuts in the middle. Oh, it's very strange. This isn't one that had an update. I know that. So I guess that's how it's supposed to be. What is next? Let's see. We're going to do the door next. Do the front door. And for the front door, we need L, which is this one. And it really does need some color, doesn't it? So this will liven it up a little bit. So we'll get that ready. And the thread I chose would be Exquisite 305, which is a light pink. Exquisite 305, which is a light pink. It's this one here. And that will be up next. Probably a good time to get up and stretch a little bit. Oh my gosh, I have a presser foot on the floor. Oh! Can't have that. It was on the floor. Over here. And I see a needle. Let's get rid of that too. Garbage. I need to get one of those vacuums back here. Okay. Let's stand up. Stretch a little bit. time to tidy up a little bit. That's weird, right? I mean, it's like right in the middle of stitching that window and it cuts and then it goes right back to what it was doing. It's going to do it again. Weird. But I am not a digitizer, so I don't know. Show you guys that I have the, what did I do with it? I have the Kimberbell Quilt tote, is that what it is? This big old bag, it holds the, I'll show you guys over here. While that's finishing up, I'll move it over here. I have this thing. This big old tool tote thing. It's pretty big. I can't move this camera back at all, but it's pretty big. And it actually holds this. I can carry this around in it. And I have my 8x12 in it. I actually put a 6x10, all of that in there. And I also have I have all of my clear blue tiles in here. I don't have much else, but it holds a lot more stuff. And I have clear blue tiles on both sides. See that? Both sides. And then over here, there's like, I'm sure you guys have seen this, right? There's, you can put USBs. Let's see if I can put. Well, it's so big I can't get it all in there. But you can put USBs here. In here. Can you see? Wow, I just can't seem to get it underneath there. But anyway, those hold USBs. They have labels here. There's a shoulder strap in here that you could use. But it holds my 9.5x14. I can put this in here, and my 8x12 and my 6x10 are all in here. And, you know, it's not even like really hard to zip or anything like it. I mean, I have them in there now, except for the 8x12, but I have the 9.5x14, I have the 6x10 in here, and I can put that in there too. So it's like this thing is really, really useful. Do a lot with it. It was kind of expensive. Oh, look at that. I didn't even see that. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. I've never noticed that. But yeah, it's very pretty. It's padded. It feels like everything's protected. It's got leather on here where you grab it. So that's gonna wear well. I mean, it's just really made very well. To me, it was worth it. It was a little expensive, but to me, it was worth it because it's kind of versatile. I could put a lot more stuff in here. If I'm going to a retreat or if I'm going to a class somewhere. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry. I am a 49er fan. You didn't notice. Okay, that's done. That was so long, I forgot what we're doing next. I think I have it over here. Oh, I guess we're not done. What is that? Did it do that on all of them? That's weird. Wow. Oh, it's got one more little window to do. So we've got the pink coming up with the door, right? Oh, let me move you back. I'm sorry. Just staring at nothing. Okay. Yeah, the door. The door in the pink. So weird on these little windows. It's like strange. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and change the color. I think I'm going to go ahead and change it to the pink, just so it's in there, even though it's just a placement line. Scissors. And we'll do the door. Oh, goodness. Okay, I think that's right. All right, placement line for our door. We're on step 21. Step 22, we need our L fabric. Put that down. And I'm pretty sure we're going to trim. Okay. Yep, we're going to trim. Okay, let's see if I can do this without taking it out. It does have a curve on it, which makes it a little more difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it out. Okay. There we go. Okay. All right. So I think next we're doing the little satin stitcher on the door. Yep. Leaving our pink in. How are we all doing? Thanks for hanging in there with me. I think one thing I'm going to try, so the hardest part about trimming this out is finding the center. So I think what I'm going to try is when this is all done, the needle should go back to the very center of the design, and I think I'm going to mark that with a little pin, you know, I'll get my water soluble or something. And I'm gonna try and mark it, make it a little easier to find when I cut. I was gonna try that this time. Up until now, I've just been kind of eyeballing it. I don't know, those of you, if there's anybody in here that's made some of these, how are you finding the center when you're squaring it up? Are you just eyeballing it, or is there a trick I'm missing? Oh, those windows are a little different, huh? Okay, so after this, let's see, we're on step 23. 24, we're on page 45. Going to do a placement line for our little bushes out front. We need fabric R. I mean, I guess I could leave the pink in because it's not going to do the satin stitch right. Oh no, it is. So let's change it to green. Let's change it. On step 26, I wanted Isacord 5531. Let's find that color. These are the, this is R. These are the ones you need for the bush. There's 2 of them. So that's what we need for that. Let's find 5531 Isacord. This is green. This nice color green here. All right, so I'm going to change the thread. The pink out of here. There we go. We're going to do a placement line. It's not going to be easy to see, but again, we need this split cards or fabric R. Okay. It's going to do both at the same time. I'm going to keep a finger on it just so it doesn't get moved too much. You can spray or tape. So hold a finger on the corner. Oh, got close there. Okay, I'm assuming we're going to trim. Let's look. Yep. And this I'm going to have to take out and it's got little ins and outs here. That's another good thing about these scissors is they cut all the way to the tip. So makes it easy to go around these little curves and stuff. Oh, so quiet. Did they leave? I don't hear anybody in the shop right now. Must be lunchtime. They're all eating. Oh God, I did a terrible job there. Okay. That will work. What's been done with the letters to identify the copies of such clear vinyl over? Yes, these here, this is a file from Embroidery Garden, and they are called fabric markers at Embroidery Garden, and it's made with felt. There's two pieces of felt, one for the front that you embroider the letter on and the little thing, then you put the vinyl over, and then there's one on the back. So they're finished on the back too. And there's numbers. And I made because I needed double letters, and the file didn't come with double letters. I needed double letters, so I just made these in Design Space. Is it called Design Space? That was a bad sound. I'm just checking the stitches. Design Space inside the machine. So I made these myself because I needed double letters. So yes, and also with the Embroidery Garden design, you get a zippy bag that works for them. You can keep them all in. So we're going to do that too. So we're going to make those. I'm going to get it scheduled today, and they'll let you know on the live feed when that's coming up. But you can, get the design from Embroidery Garden, and then we can make those together. Or you can just, I'm also going to make the ones inside the machine, and you can just make those and just do 1 letter, 2 letters, however you want to do them. That just sounds terrible. I'm going to stop that right now. I'm going to cut, and I'm going to see what's going on underneath, because I don't like that sound. Some of these fancy stitches, the machine gets angry. Gosh, it's so weird. It's like it goes along just fine, and then it goes crazy. I'm going to go ahead and rethread my bobbin again, just to make sure it's not that. So that worked last time. I'll rethread. Sometimes I think because this Avenir is just a little bit different from my Solaris as far as threading, especially right there. Okay. I think I get it wrong. I want to hear that little ting. I think I got it this time. And then find the cutter. Okay. So yeah, I think I'm just not threading this correctly every time. So sure, it's me and not the beautiful, wonderful machine. Okay. But yes, we are going to make those, and hopefully you join us. It'll be just a free sew along. But if you get the design, you get the little zippy bag. We're going to make that too. It's super cute. I didn't bring it today, but you know what? I'll bring it next time, and I'll show it. Or I'll bring it in and she can show it on the morning live. Okay, that sounded a little angry, huh? Okay, let's see what's after this. I'm gonna guess it's the roof, because that's all we have left. Yeah. And for the roof, we need the double D. The double D is this here. And what color did I pick for that? The same color that we used on the side of the house here, which is the Exquisite 443. That's the one we're going to use on the roof. So we'll get those ready to go. Moving right along. Yeah, I think I just need to be a little more careful when I thread this machine. I think I'm the problem here. because this is sounding and looking perfect. Oh, there's another noise. Oh. Oh, you opened the door. I thought the machine made another noise. You scared me. Sorry. Michelle says hi. God.
Jumpy today, are we? A little bit?
Yeah, right? This took 10 years off me. Okay. So I'm going to change to this color because we're going to do the roof now. Oh, she scared me. I was listening intently to the machine because it was making a noise when she opened the door, and that noise made me jump a mile. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be a little extra careful when I thread. There we go. Heard the little ting. Hopefully that's right. Found it. Okay. So we're going to do a placement line for our roof material. This DD, remember? Okay. We're going to do a tack down. It's pretty material, isn't it? I'd like to have a couple of yards of that. That's pretty. Okay, we're going to trim. Oh, this pulls it away from me. Okay, now it's going to do the satin stitch around the roof. We're going to leave that color in. Right? Yeah. Off we go. Got no more applique because we're out of material. So that's done. The next color we're going to need after this is our gray, or this color here. It's Floriani 4613. And that's going to be for our little stoop in front of our door and our doorknob. And here on out, it's just a little bit of stitching. We have the gray, and then we have the fireworks around the house. So our little house will be done. Isn't that cute? It is turning out so cute. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute one. That's one I haven't seen yet. This little satin stitch. It's like scallops. It's really cute. going to put our gray in, our granite, whatever color you want to call that, our dark gray. Okay. I heard a noise. Let me stop that because I see I'm gonna cut. I see quite the little rat's nest here. Okay, get my scissors. You know this, I'm going to rethread. I think it's me. I'm going to rethread here. You know, I think when I go through this part right here, I got to hear the little click. Okay, let's try it again. I'm going to go back about 20 stitches. Not too many. See how it goes. This is kind of a weird stitch too. Let's get my glasses. I brought my glasses. I might as well use them, right? Let's see what's going on down there. Okay, that looks much better. Yeah. So I think on this machine, when you're going through, let me get my, I'll show you. What I think I keep doing wrong here. This part, right here, this one, number 4. Number 4, when you're going around the tension discs. I think I'm missing it every once in a while, and you really need to listen for that click. That you've gone around that, because I think that's what I'm doing wrong. Because yeah, this first part is just a mess. And the rest of it looks great after I rethreaded. All right, it's going to do a little doorknob. Now we're doing fireworks. It is looking good, huh? It's so cute. I just love them all. Look at the little doorknob. How cute. These little windows are, I see now why they were stopping and starting. They're very different. I don't know if I can get you guys in there close enough. Let me see, but you guys need to see these little tiny windows in here. Let's see. So in order to do this, I have to get my little iPad so I could see where I'm showing you guys. See those? Look at those. Aren't those cute? Look at how different that is. I've never seen anything like that. Isn't that fun? Okay, I'm going to cover it up so I don't make you guys sick. I think that's just so much fun. Let's see what we look like here. And go down a little bit. I messed up the view. Okay, that looks good. Okay. So now we're on to the fireworks. How fun is that? Okay. All right, what color is next? Let's look. The first color, oops, that was first color is the red. And for the red, see, I am on step 31. I used Exquisite 1240. I used this red here. Kind of a deep red. It's not like it's like a blue red, I guess. Is that what that would be? Not a, what's the other red? Orange red? I don't know. Okay, so I'm going to try and make it through this tension disc to where I hear that click. There it is. Okay, let's hope I did that right this time. Because I really do think when it messes up, it's 100% me. Okay, I need to find that cutter. Ooh, there we go. Okay, our first firework. She's a little one. Thank you, Susan. That's so sweet. I appreciate you guys sticking with me, sticking around. Let's see. I'm going to look at this view. Can you even see what's going on? Yeah, and if you don't mind, if you would give a thumbs up, it helps the channel. Helps A1 Vacuum Sewing. I'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. We do free sew-alongs all the time. They have some wonderful classes with Michelle and Jeannie. If you go to their website, you can see what's coming up. They do a live every Tuesday through Friday, and every Tuesday they have a giveaway. Okay, let's see what's next. It wants the number 3 green, which for the number 3 green, I'm using, what step is this? 31. The 1240, what is it? Is it Isacord? No. Oh, no. Okay. I want to say that's, yeah, step 32. Okay, step 32. I was confused. It's easy for me to be confused. I'm going to do the Isacord, the 5531. This green here is our next little firecracker. Firework. Okay. Let's be careful. Let's listen for that. There it goes. All right. Well, hello, Miss Cindy. Thanks for joining. I haven't seen you in so long. I hope all is well with you. I am doing very well. It's been so long, I feel like, since we've done so long. And I've missed you guys. But I did get to play in my sewing room a little bit, make some stuff. What did I make? I made a Sally tomato bag. Turned out really cute. I made the jar toppers. They showed them this morning. What else did I make? Working on the Americana. Oh, I did the Americana table runner. What have you guys been making? Anything fun? I'm always feeling like, you know, I'm missing out on something really awesome out there. What are you guys making? I'm so glad you could join us, Cindy. I missed you. Been watching the replays? Yeah. From the morning live. Yeah. She showed the jar toppers, the new Kimberville jar toppers. I just finished those. And they turned out so adorable. So we'll be doing a little sew along with that. They have kits here. Those kits make it so easy, you know. And they have it all labeled and everything now. It's like, you don't even have to worry about it. And they give you enough to make 2 of each. The kit's so worth it. Because they're all made from pretty much 100%. There's a little bit of fabric, but most of it's felt. And I don't know about you guys, but I don't have every color in felt. All right, what's next? Going on to step 33. 763. Something that fell on the floor way over there. I don't know, we're using yellow. Yeah. Doing Exquisite 763 is next. This little firework. cutter. There we go. Okay, there we go. We're almost done. Place the cord. The next color is a blue. It's Isacord 3631. It's pretty blue. If you can see that. That will be next. Tidy it up a little bit. There we go. Okay. Next color is a blue. Okay, it's stuck on me. There we go. There we go. There we go. Color is going to be the light pink. It's Exquisite 305. Cutting that out here. Cutting the sand. light pink.
There was plenty of the white green fairy glass. There's plenty. There's plenty on that. Okay, and then you'll try the glass.
And this is our last little firework. Okay, there we go. Cute with that. Oh, that's the quilt. All right, let's get our ruler ready. Well, let's remember to try to find the center, right? See if I can't find the center. Make it easy on myself. Squaring this ruler up, this square up. It should stop right in the middle, and I'm going to make a mark. Got my handy dandy little pin here ready. This is a heat away, but it's dark, so I'm thinking I'm needing a dark color because the wet away one, the one that, oh, my bobbin! Do you believe that? Only 30,000 stitches I got out of that bobbin. Okay, I thought you'd get more than that out of a bobbin. We only have 700 stitches to go. 650, I think. Okay. All right. So close, so close. Yep, that's done. All right. Do you think I need to go back a couple? I'll just go back 10. I don't think I really need to, but we'll do it. Okay. Oh, is it hard to hear me? You know what? Okay. How's that? Is that better? I may have been mumbling. I've been accused of mumbling in my life. Okay. Okay, now it stopped in the middle, right? So let's not take it out yet. Let's mark that. Let's mark that spot. I'm even going to turn my little beam on so I can see exactly where it is. So here is where it's saying the middle is. And I'm going to put a little dot there. I think I can see that. Okay. How do you turn that on? Okay. All right, so I put a little dot there of where the exact middle of this design is, right? And I'm going to use that over here. We'll move over here while I'm cutting. Can you hear me better? Okay. All right. Let's put our hoop away. Yeah. When you store your hoops, don't twist this too hard. Don't make them super tight when you're storing them. I guess it warps them. Okay, so here's our, and see how it just, you know, has a thing for the middle. Now, also, this line here that I marked with washi tape has to be lined up with the line on the grass. With the line of the seam between the two materials here. So I'm going to, and look, I can see my mark. So I'm putting, it's not like right dead in this center, but it has a line. So I'm putting it right there. It's very close to that center, but if I line up this here, it's not there, but that's fine, because at least now I know it's pretty centered. So that worked. That worked really good. Usually I'm like trying to eyeball it, looking here, and trying to, and it's just a thing. So here, if I make that little mark at the end, I can see that that's exactly in the middle. So hooray for that. Okay, so I'm just ready to cut. Okay, so this isn't exactly large enough, and I just moved it, of course. There we go. Okay. Okay. I'm going through a lot of layers here. So, and this isn't quite big enough, so I have to carefully move it. Okay. Can you guys see what I'm doing? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, marking that at the end is just so much easier. Okay. I'm going to... Okay. All right. Look at that. That was... There is our house. I do have a little bit of tape on here we'll have to get rid of. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of that? We did it. Isn't it cute? Cute stitches, cute everything. It's just cute. It's just cute. Where did you get the blades? So this is the tulip pink color, and these blades are just general blades. I got them here actually. I bought like she has like a bundle of 100 blades for like a really good price. So they're not like Tula Pink, or they're not special. They're just 45. And yeah, this is the Tula Pink. It's really cute and it works. It's heavy. I like that it's heavy. The only complaint I have is that the paint is coming off because I'm using it. I guess, I don't know how that, because when I'm cutting, oh, I guess that's exactly where I put my thumb. Yeah. But yeah, I'm rubbing off the finish there. But it's really comfortable and it's nice and heavy and I really, really like it. And it is pretty. Very, very pretty. Yeah. And it's really easy to change the blade. You just pop this off and everything. So I just lay it down like this. I pop that off and everything just comes off and I put in a new blade. So it's really easy to use. Thank you, Linda. Yeah, good job. Yay for us. We all did it together. Yeah, and it's all quilted. It's all quilted with our cute little background quilting. I'll go back and take off all of these little marks from our clear blue tiles. Got some over here. But yeah, I think it turned out. You were going to take out this, you just remove this stitch, of course. And yeah, I think it turned out really cute. I got to get rid of this tape. I'll spend some time picking that out. There's just a little bit right here, because that's where I did extra, where it was lifting and all that. So, but anyway, we're all done. Oh, I got the blades from A1. She has a bundle of like 100. I mean, she sells them individually too. But yeah, I bought the bundle of like, yeah, I think it's like 100 of them in there. But yeah, they're great blades. They last me a long time. And this is the Tula Pink. What do you call this? Cutter. Embroidery cutter. There you go. Use my words, right? Oh, Karen, you're welcome. You have a great name. Yeah. You're welcome. Yeah, just either go on the website. If you can't find them, then just call them. They're always happy to help find whatever you need. But yeah, she sells a bundle of these for a really good price, and I haven't even put a dent in them, and I sew like a mad woman. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here with me. I so appreciate all of you. And my next sew along is the Janine Babbage Live, Love, Laugh. I hope you join me for that. That's on the 15th of August, 2 weeks from now. August. I can't believe it's August. Oh my gosh. Dare I say Christmas is around the corner? Oh my gosh. We need to be thinking about it, right? But Live, Love, Laugh on the 15th, and I'm going to schedule some other, we're going to talk today, and we're going to schedule some more stuff. I'm going to do the letters. I'm going to do the letters and the little zippy bag that comes with. It's all done in the hoop. That's going to be fun, fun, fun. All right, you guys. You guys have a wonderful day. You take care too. Cindy, I hope that you join me. I just love your guys' company. I love all of you guys' company. You know, it's so fun to sew with you guys. I appreciate all of you. Thumbs up on your way out if you liked the video. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Thumbs up. Thumbs up. And subscribe if you're not subscribed. We appreciate that. And it helps us do these free sew-alongs that, you know, you never know. You might learn something. All right, you guys, you take care, and we'll see you next time.